Hello folks and welcome back to Medieval Total War. I am Conistep and this is going to be part 17 of my early campaign where I'm playing as Aragon. And if you watched the last episode, first off, apologies about the audio on that one. I know that was pretty unpleasant to listen to, so if you did miss it, there's no reason to go back and watch it. It was a little bit rough on my end, and yeah, I kind of just made some mistakes with my microphone, so yeah, apologies for that. If you missed it, you can still go back to that video and leave a like because it does help out the channel, but feel no obligation to watch it. I'll just sum up what happened in that video just right now. What happened is I took Antioch, and you might think, oh no, I need to go back and watch that because that's really exciting. Well, actually, not so much. The Egyptians did retreat from their first assault, which is fine enough. And then I did assault their castle. There's only 3 units in the castle, so it was pretty easy to take that. And that was it. That was all the action that you missed. So nothing too crazy there. Now, this might be the episode where there might be some stuff going on here, because there's a few more Egyptians than I kind of thought, and maybe I should have scouted this out a little bit more. From what I could see from the ocean, or the Mediterranean, I could see, well, you know, the provinces that are on the coast, and I didn't have eyes on what was inland, and I didn't have eyes on what was in Rum. And I still don't, so let me rectify that. I've been spying on this French Crusade, but I don't think anything's going to happen. It's pretty much, there's really not much left. Yeah, that French Crusade. There's a lot of Byzantines, though, in the area, and I think a lot of these soldiers did come from Rum, because I didn't have eyes on them at all. They did take Anatolia, I believe, on the same exact turn that I took Antioch, so there's a big old hornet's nest of angry Egyptians that could come and fight me. However, they are not in the clear. They definitely have to protect their own borders from the Byzantines, because there's a war going on. I mean, there's a decent force of Byzantines here in Georgia, and then a decent force here. I mean, a decent like force stack here in Trebizond. So the Egyptians are not, you know, just because they have a decent force here in Anatolia doesn't mean that they are in the clear necessarily. And by that, I mean they can't just simply ignore their borders and come focus, internally on me. They do still need to kind of keep an eye on what's going on out here. So it's going to be interesting. What can attack me right now is the forces in Syria, which includes I can't remember if it's called the Khalifa or the Sultan for Egypt. I think it's the Khalifa. And then the forces in Tripoli, and then the forces in Edessa. So we're going to see if those 3 forces actually do want to come and attack me. I don't think they're strong enough, honestly. So they might have to wait an extra turn for some forces to come from Anatolia. Now, I knew this, but I kind of wasn't thinking straight, and I kind of forgot that once I invaded Antioch, that I'd be on my own until I can build a port. Because I don't have a port right now, and so I'm kind of cut off from the rest of my kingdom here in Iberia, so yeah, that's a little bit stressful for sure. Now, I decided that the smartest option right away is to go for an inn so that I can potentially get some mercenaries to bolster my forces very, very quickly, because an inn only takes 2 turns to build. But then the question after that becomes, do I want to go for a port or do I want to go for a fort? They both have their pros and cons. A port gives me the option of being reinforced from Iberia sooner, right away. And then the fort gives me an option of like hiding in the fort, which doesn't sound too appealing, to be honest, because if they do invade and if I have to retreat to the fort, then that's it. If I don't have a port, then there's no reinforcements coming. Now, a fort does give me the option of essentially training up, soldiers and building buildings that allow me to build more soldiers. And it also allows me to eventually get my trading post going so that I can trade. But again, I'm not going to be making money off that locally because I'm at war with the Egyptians, and I won't be making money off of that around the world because if I don't have a port yet. So there's no point in me considering that as a pro necessarily. So I think that a port is the first or the second, I think that's what I have to do after the end. So that's the idea there. Because right now I can't train anything here, and I'm kind of stuck. I do have, it's decent. It's okay. I have a 5-star general here. And does he give anything? Yeah, +1 morale. He's good. He's good. Anyone else? I have another Royal Knight here. This is actually one of my brothers, and he's not great, but he's he's always drunk, and so he's probably fun, and So we're just going to be hanging out here. Some Knights of Santiago. This is a fantastic unit, especially for this stage of the game. They're going to be really good. And these two units of Order of Foot Soldiers, also very, very good. Probably a little too heavily armored for you know, where we are in the world. What is this, a desert, I'm assuming? What does it say? Yeah, rock desert. So I'm assuming that the Order of Foot Soldiers and the Knights of Santiago are going to be a little bit on the heavily armored side, but you know what? Still, it's you know, it's going to make me a little bit survivable, so that's going to be nice. And I'm going to be getting this bishop over here as well to start converting the populace here to Christianity, or to specifically to Catholicism, so that hopefully I don't have to worry about any sort of rebellions, you know, so these Muslim rebellions. So that's a little bit precarious, but I think I have a plan, and I think it will be okay, unless they really just like forego their entire, you know, borders here, and they just bring this entire like 6-stack over to fight me. Then I'm in some trouble. Then I hope that I can just hire up an entire stack's worth of mercenaries in one turn. That'd be really, really good for me. Now, other than that, though, I'm making 2,000 a year, which is okay. It's not super duper great. And I think that at this point, it is time for me to start considering. I mean, Antioch's going to be really good once I do start trading from there, but that's going to be, you know, a little while from now. So, for the time being, I have to kind of, I don't know, watch my spending a little bit, because I do want, I mean, I have 23,000 in the bank, so I guess that's good. Yeah, that is good. I have a couple extra boats here in the Gulf of Valencia, and I'm thinking, so everything, if I look at my trade network, everything is covered here. The only places where I don't have boats is going to be the deep water sections, and that's going to be the Central Mediterranean and the Western Mediterranean and the Atlantic. And I also don't have a boat up here in the North Atlantic. I keep on getting tricked by this. I keep thinking that the North Atlantic is going to be a deep sea region because it just kind of sounds like it would be, but because it does border land, it's not. So I could have a boat up here if I wanted to. I guess I should do that. So yeah, I can send up one of my boats up there. And then I have another boat as well. So you guys, one of you can come over here and go up to the North Atlantic. And then you can come over here, and you can push the line of ships down so that I can have some extra boats around the Egyptian provinces. Because I'm at war, you know, with Egypt, so they don't have any boats in the water currently, but they could change that. So let's just have some extra boats around here so that I can be prepared for that eventuality. Other than that, though, I mean, I guess I'm just training up some bishops here in Granada, and let's see, I got an assassin being trained up here in Valencia. And I'm training my feudal sergeants here in Aragon. And there's not much of a French presence because they are at war with the Egyptians and the Germans and the Italians, which feels really good, you know? So I don't have to worry too much about building up this gigantic force here on my borders of Navarre and Aragon. What I can do is kind of have a central force here in Castile hanging out. And they can essentially, what I like about this is that Castile can reinforce Cordoba, Aragon, and Navarre. So I can't have my frontier armies, you know, but I can also have just a central army as a, you know, backup here in Castile. So that's going to feel like a pretty good option for me. And yeah, I don't have to go crazy with the frontier armies because I am at peace with the Almohads and the French right now. It feels good. Definitely feels good. And I think that the Almohads are just, they're just not looking strong enough to come at me. So yeah, I'm not too stressed out about it. And the French as well, they're just not looking too crazy. I mean, light cav, they have some swordsmen, some, you know, decent spearmen here. Good general, good 5-star general. Who is this? Lord de Coligny. Holy crazy acumen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow, damn, he is something else. You know what? I think I would like to get a monastery building up here. So a monastery is a spiritual powerhouse for Christian religion. The monks not only lead the faithful, but can also seek out heretical thinking in the flock. It spreads the faith, increases the loyalty of the population, and increases the morale the troops produce here. So the monastery, like that's a chapter house, but like the church, is going to give +1 morale. And that's not, I'm pretty sure that doesn't stack. I'm pretty sure that The +1 morale is just, you know, whichever building you have. I don't think you get an extra +1 from the monastery. But then I believe there's an upgraded monastery that gives +2 morale. And that's, you know, +2 morale. Again, that doesn't stack with the church. I believe that's how that goes. And but the main thing that this is going to do for me is it's going to allow me to train up Inquisitors. And as I mentioned before, I talked a little bit about them in an earlier episode. And the Inquisitors, first off, it's a unit that I actually do have a price discount for as the Aragonese, which is kind of cool. So I can make them kind of a central part of my playstyle eventually. And they're kind of like these Christian assassins. Like they don't work against the Orthodoxy or the Muslims, but they can be used against, you know, the Italians, the French, the English, the Germans, all those Catholic factions. And the way they work is they work really well against generals that have low piety. So it's really interesting because the French are excommunicated, but then this guy still counts as having 5 piety. Like, that's kind of funny. Let's see if I can find a decent general with low piety. Like 3 piety for this guy. Like, he might be killable by an Inquisitor. Yeah. Yeah, maybe. And I wonder though, you know, I just realized, does that count as an act of war? Because as an assassin, assassins are, you know, sneaky. So like, if they get caught or whatever, it doesn't really matter. You kind of can't prove who they're working for, right? So it's not an act of war if you try to assassinate your ally's king. But is it an act of war if you send your Inquisitor? I mean, those guys just kind of work in plain sight, you know, in the name of the church. So I don't know. I feel like the answer is no, right? Someone please answer me that before I actually go try to kill someone with an Inquisitor and end up declaring war on one of my neighbors. But yeah, I'm gonna go for it. It's only, you know, 500 florins, so it's gonna be worth it, I suppose. And I can get upgraded Inquisitors as well, the Grand Inquisitors, which, you know, as you would expect, they just do their job a lot better. In some ways, they're kind of like the equivalents of the geishas in Shogun, but not as overpowered, you know. There's a little bit of give and take with Grand Inquisitors, whereas with geishas, you just had to kind of match them, you know, geisha per geisha. Well, one turn later, the Egyptians did decide to focus more on the Byzantines. Yeah, that's really interesting. The French Crusade actually did go for rum here, and they must have just got completely decimated because they don't exist anymore. And yeah, looks like the Egyptians decided to focus on rum. Interesting. Oh, cool. I like that. I will prefer that. Let's get this bishop down here. And now we are just one turn away from having this inn finished in Antioch. Oh yeah, and I almost forgot that as an option, I could just have my emissary go talk to the Egyptian king and try to get a ceasefire, because I don't want anything else. I just want Antioch. So, and I have it. So if we can go back to being friends, I know that's pretty cheeky of me, but you know, I mean, guys, you have bigger things to worry about, like the Byzantines. Really, this is all I want. So we can just kind of go back to trading. That would be great. And yeah, I mean, that's the thing. The Egyptians can still make a lot of money off Antioch by, you know, having stuff, the stuff that's exported from it. But, oh dear. Yeah, that'd be preferable. Ooh, the French are now having a little bit of difficulties with some bandits in Ile-de-France, and then some Christian rebels here in Normandy as well. So I wonder if that's being caused because the French king just lost a little bit of influence because of the failed crusade. Now it looks like, wow, my people are now the happiest in all the world. I feel like that never happens for me. That's awesome. Let's see, the Egyptians were sending an assassin after one of my guys, and we were able to catch him, so thank goodness for that. And the inn is now complete here in Antioch. Now let's go see if it's time for us to... Let's see. Okay, nice. So the Egyptians did accept my offer of a ceasefire. That's wonderful news. I love that. Prince Gark, this is my eldest brother, I believe. He is now a thinker. So -2 piety and +2 acumen. And anything else that's really important here? Murderous temper. Materialist, Zealot, and Chinless Wonder. Nothing too important, it seems like. Now let's see if there's going to be any mercenaries available right away. Yes, and I think... should I just buy all of these right away? I have 16,000 in the bank, and I think the answer is yes. Yeah, so I have access to some Arab infantry, some decent swordsmen, and then Russ Spearman, which is a decent spearman as well. And then Khwarazmian Cavalry, which is a good heavy cav unit. Druzina Cav, which is I would say like a heavy light cav, I suppose. They have a armor piercing mace, 2 units of spearmen. These are both basic spearmen, but you have the round shield and then the square rectangle shield. They're both exactly the same. They just have different profile pictures for some reason. And then Hoblars, good light cav, and then some Spanish Javelinmen as well. And I suppose let's just do it. How much for this? 695, and then another 200. Yes, that feels good. That feels good. And then another 4 turns before we can get a port going. And honestly, it's probably worth it just to take a peek next turn as well to see if there's another new batch of mercenaries. Because even though the Egyptians did say that we are at peace, which it does appear that way, they did bring their scary big forces here to Lesser Armenia. So, I mean, you know, talk is cheap, right? So let's see how long this peace holds for. And yeah, so I'm making over 2,000 now, so that feels good. And it'd feel really good if we can start trading, if I can get a port going. Because I'd assume that, oh yeah, I can't trade any of these until I get a trading post. Right. Okay, well, all good things will come in due time, right? Because we just have to get that port going first, and then I'll feel safe enough to get that fort, and then that trading post. From here on out, if everyone wants to just chill out and be my friend, that would be really great. It's going to be interesting to see if that actually does hold true. I do eventually, at some point, want to take the Byzantines off of Constantinople off of the Byzantines, just to kind of sack it and wreck them. You know, I just want to really set them back a bit, and maybe get the Egyptians a little bit of an upper hand here, because I'm not too worried about the Egyptians getting too strong, because the Mongolians are going to come. Sorry, spoiler alert, because the Mongolians are going to come and they're going to wreck shit up when they come in from the east side. And I feel like, surprisingly, the Byzantines sometimes will really take that hit from the Mongols, and then they'll like still do okay. And it's going to be interesting because I haven't seen the Egyptians have to put up that fight yet. And so I'd like to see what they can do against the Mongols. I'd assume they get wrecked just because the Mongols they're heavy. You know, they come in heavy with their horses and their heavy cav and their archers, and they just really wreck shit. And I feel like the Egyptians overall are a little bit too lightly armored to really handle that. The Byzantines might just have a bit more armor to where they can kind of stand up to that. So that's kind of my guess as to why the Byzantines do okay there. And also, if we look at the points tab, we can see that the Byzantines are really the ones that I need to worry about, right? Like, the Egyptians are, you know, they're more than me, but like, again, they're not too scary. And the Byzantines are the ones that I'd like to set back for sure. So I would like to take Constantinople soon-ish. It's not a super big emergency. Obviously, I like trading with them, and I don't want to start a big war. I just want to take it, kind of wreck their stuff, and I want to time it so that... How much are they making off Constantinople? They're only making 1 point? Oh. Oh. Well, that's not really what Okay, well, the plan was to take something that's worth a lot of points to them and do it right before the points are counted. Like, for example, not that I was going to pull this off, but say, for example, if I took Constantinople at around like the year 1203 or 1204, you know, right before the points are counted, and then hang on to it until 1205, they're not going to get those points for that province because they're obviously not going to own it. And that was going to, and then I'd just like leave, right? I don't need to hold it. I just want to make sure they don't get those points. And that's, I was assuming that Constantinople, you know, being their home was going to be like 5 points or something, but that is not the case at all. So what do I want to do? It's interesting that like Greece and Constantinople are only worth 1 point each. But then they get 3 points for freaking Georgia up here, you know? And then I guess they're being rewarded for holding on to the provinces that are harder to hang on to, I guess, is how that's being calculated. So, that's interesting. I don't really want to take, I mean, for one thing, these provinces are not even held by the Byzantines, so I don't want those. I don't want to, go to war against the Egyptians again. So what would it be? Georgia. Georgia's like the only one that's worth 3 points that the Byzantines actually are holding on to right now. And I don't really care about Georgia. There's nothing here. Or actually, maybe there is something here. I can't spy on them because there's a Byzantine boat. Okay. I might still just take Constantinople just to kind of, mess them up. Yeah, that might still be the play. And then I can just leave it and then let the Egyptians and the Byzantines fight over it because I don't want it. Ooh, Greece has some stuff. How much are they making? So Greece is making only 822 and Constantinople is making more. Not as much as they should be. Because they don't have a freaking trading post. Oh god. Oh no. They're not making any money off of these trading goods. Jesus. Oh dear. But still, it's still making more money. So I guess that's going to be the play. But that's a little bit down the line. If we can kind of just chill out for now and, build up Antioch and keep focusing on my military infrastructure here in Iberia, that'd be great. I'd be really happy with that. For now, I'm kind of spacing out my castle builds. The castle's the 3rd tier castle building, and they take a freaking long time to build. 12 turns. So you have to be really prepared to go for it. And I didn't want to build castles in all of my provinces at the same time because then I'd just be like, I wouldn't be able to build anything else for another 12 turns, like anywhere. So I want to space it out a little bit between my provinces, so that I can get castles going in Leon and where else was I doing? Cordoba? Yeah. Leon, Cordoba, and then Valencia. Get castles there. Navarre and Aragon can still hang out because they're still like working on military infrastructure for now because this is going to be my big military infrastructure provinces here in Navarre and Aragon. Same thing in Leon and Castile, but Leon and Castile do have trading goods, so it's not just about the iron here. It's not just about the swordsmiths and the +1 attack. It's also about the money that I'm making from these provinces. So here in these provinces, it's just about military. It's just about that iron. It's making decent money on farming income, honestly. At least Aragon is. But yeah, I'm going to keep focusing on just troops and getting my troop production going here in these provinces and get those castles going. Because with each tier of castle, I can get an upgraded merchant, which will add a percentage-based increase to my trade income. So that's going to be the play there. And yeah, in the meantime, just keep working on getting Aragon built up. I am looking for a wife for my youngest son right now. Because I do have a wife for Pedro, but Enrique, unfortunately, he's kind of chilling single. So, I mean, with a face like that, how could he stay single for long, So I kind of forgot about him for a little while. So let's find you a wife, buddy. The polls already turned me down, but you know what? The Danes, I feel like the Danes just say yes, yes, yes. So at least in my experience. So let's see if the Danish king will allow me to marry one of their daughters here. Yeah, some more rebellions for the French to deal with. That's what I like to see. And this one in Wales? Hell yeah. And I have another heir that has matured. He's of age now, Prince Felipe. I think is he my 5th? Yeah, he's my 5th. Okay, yeah. It's pretty damn good. Navarre has a town guard that's completed, so now that I can train my militia sergeants there. And then a siege engineer's workshop is completed as well here in Castile. So that I think I can build, is it catapults now? And, okay, so someone's, okay, alright, this is unfortunate. So, in this case, the Italians are actually looking to marry one of their daughters off to my Prince Enrique, who, as I was just saying, could use a wife. However, the Italians are at war with their French, and you know what, I gotta back my boys, the French, for now. I mean, I'll root against them behind their backs for sure, but publicly, I gotta say, sorry, man, but they're my neighbors and you are not. So I'm going to deny the Italians, And let's see, how is my newest son, Prince Felipe? So he's secretly prideful, so he cannot admit to being wrong, and has killed members of his staff who had the talent to prove him wrong. This trait does, however, give him great confidence in personal combat. -1 command, +3 valor. It's just funny, you know? Like, it's just a funny thing. Like, it's a weird trait. It makes him a bad leader, but a damn good fighter. And then, talking about being a great fighter, he's also a great warrior, so has a natural talent for personal combat, making him less likely to die in battle, so +5 health. Good for you, Prince Felipe. And let's go on over and let's go check you out. Let's get a little closer look at you. 3-star general, 3 dread, 0 acumen, so you're going to be no governor. Really, quite a stunning photo. And he's pious enough and he's super loyal, so gotta respect that. Yep, gotta respect that for sure. You know what? It actually is probably well past time that I get rid of these mercenaries that I've been having kind of man my border for a very, very long time in the south and in the north. And I've been meaning to kind of replace them with my professional Aragonese units for a while now, and I suppose now is finally the time. I kind of forgot about that for a little bit. I got so kind of used to seeing them, but I also really liked the idea of building up these armies back here in Castile. But I think for now, how about I use these armies to just replace these mercenary units? How about I bring these guys in? Just why not, you know? And you come in, and then you come in, and let's just go province by province. So let's get rid of, you know, all of these units that I don't need anymore. Okay, that didn't last long. The Egyptians are going right in and attacking me here in Cordoba. Looks like my assassin actually failed to kill this emissary. Oh dear. Okay, well that didn't go well. And the French are beating back the rebels, it appears. And the Byzantines retreated from Trebizond. My god, wow. Wow, the Egyptians are just laying it down. And speaking of laying it down, yeah, they are attacking me here in Antioch. Now, I do have the numbers advantage by a bit, actually, like around 700. But how's the troops looking? I mean, it's a little bit on the scary side, I gotta be honest. These Mamluk horse archers are pretty solid. Their Nubian spearmen are pretty good. Their Muwahid foot soldiers are pretty decent. Their Ghazi infantry is a really good armor-piercing axe unit, kind of like the Nodachi Samurai and Shogun. That just has high charge, high morale, kind of berserker kind of guy. Not a great choice for a general, so he's capable of being sniped for sure. And that would be nice to get rid of a 5-star general. Interesting. And a couple of units of Armenian heavy cavalry as well. I don't know if I've ever faced these before, so I'm not too familiar with what they're like. Now, it is 5-star general versus 5-star general, so that's should be okay. How about the reinforcements? A bunch of camels and camels. I'm seeing a lot of, it's just mostly camels, it appears. I'm not seeing anything really too scary in the reinforcements pool. As long as I have enough units that can potentially, my javelin men can be really good for throwing their javelins at camels. But other than that, as far as the first wave goes, I think that considering that they have 4 units of horse archers plus their unit of desert archers, I should probably want to go a little bit archer heavy, I think. But I do need to make sure that I can also kill off their Nubian spearmen and their Muwahid foot soldiers and their Ghazi infantry, their general as well, who's going to be, oh yeah, and their Armenian heavy cav. Yeah, this is kind of a hard army to counter because they do cover a lot of their bases here. So I'm going to have to kind of scratch my head over this one for a minute. What I have here is a build that it's basically built to sell out on killing their heavy cav, because I feel like the army compositions that I've really struggled the most with dealing with in this game so far has been rush build. It's something that I don't feel like I had to really deal with too much in Shogun because they didn't oftentimes build heavy cav sort of rush builds in that game. And at least not that I've had to deal with, so far. And in this game, it's something that I wasn't really prepared for. It was just a straight all out, like, it's really simple, right? They just come at you and break your lines and kill you. But I feel like the samurai held better in Shogun than a lot of the basic units in this game. So it's something that I have struggled with. Now, in this army, I don't necessarily have basic units. I do have these good order foot soldiers, which should be a really good spearman. And then my feudal sergeants, which is it's a solid tier 2 spearman. And then the rust spearman with an armor upgrade, my mercenaries, which should be capable, I think. And then a unit of militia sergeants, which is good at cracking open armor. 4 units of javelin men. It's actually funny. I was actually just practicing something really similar to this build last night to see if I can stop heavy cav rushes. And I'm kind of glad that I stayed up late trying to do this because I was able to find success with 4 javelin builds, 4 javs, 6 spearmen, and then 2 genites, and then whatever cav I can bring, whatever heavy cav I can bring, and it worked. I was able to beat armies that had more heavy cav than I did. And hopefully it's going to work in this case. However, the issue with this is that I'm really selling out on just stopping the heavy cav. I don't have any archers at all to pressure their horse archers, and I don't really know how I'm going to beat their Ghazi infantry as well. That's a unit that can probably do a bit of damage to me. Without having archers to shoot it, I don't really know how to beat it. I can, use my cav to gang up on it. They can take some casualties from it for sure because it is an armor-piercing unit, and it's also the general. It's a 5-star general, so it's going to fight hard, I'm assuming. So, yeah, that can be a tough unit to remove. Same with this Muwahid foot soldier. These can be some really sticky infantry units that might not break right away. Same with these Nubian spearmen. They're disciplined, so they can hang in the fight for a while. So, this is kind of a scary little army here. I guess a lot of it's going to depend on the terrain that I fight on. Just looking at this little map here, it's looking relatively flat, but oftentimes, there's not going to show me everything here. If I can get a hill, that's going to be good. It's looking like there's not going to be any forests, so I guess I don't have that to look forward to. So I can't hide in a forest, I'm assuming. But perhaps I can get a height advantage and, yeah, hopefully hang on here. I am not given much to work with here. I do have a hill that's looking pretty steep right here. And if they decide to march straight on at me, I can just march forward and take this hill. But on either side, it's looking a little bit more flat, and I wouldn't be surprised at all if they just came at me from the left. Because on this side as well, I can just kind of march over and have a little bit of a hill advantage here. And this is a pretty gradual slope. Well, I mean, there's a little bit of a height advantage on this side. So we will have to see which side they want to come from, and I can meet them on a slope to my front and to my right, but I will just imagine they'll come at me from the left. This would make more sense to them. I don't have really much forest to work with. This is not enough to hide in. So I'm not going to do that, and I'm not going to do this either. In addition to that, both of these forests are kind of like on the backside of a downslope of a hill, so I'd be fighting uphill if I hit in these forests. So it's not a great spot, not a great defensive position here. So let me get my center. Well, let me get all my guys moved up here. So center first, 2 spearmen, 2 javs, and then left flank is going to be 2 spearmen, 1 jav. Right flank is going to be 2 spearmen, 1 jav as well. And as I was saying, I have had success with this. Just recently, as last night, I was practicing some custom battles. And yeah, 6 spearmen and 4 javies seem to do the trick against a pretty decent heavy cav squad. Now, different compositions, of course. I have not been practiced against the Armenian heavy cav, so I'm not too familiar with their capabilities. In addition to that, I'm not enormously practiced with a few of my own units as well. These Khwarezmian Cav, I know they're good. I know they're basically like cataphracts. But how do they match up against the Armenian heavies? I don't know yet. I don't know. So I guess I'll find out right now. And then, yeah, same on this side. The Knights of Santiago should be beast. They really should. But the fact that they have these, yeah, look, this is kind of scary, Yeah, the Mamluk horse archers. And that's the other thing. I'm really counting and I'm really hoping on the fact that they... if they're gonna just march straight on at me, maybe I do. Maybe I take this hill. Because I did not expect this. I kind of expected more of a left-turn engagement, but... Yeah, if they're gonna march straight on at me, let me move up then. here, here, and then, yeah, on either side I got my Genite. I have a unit of Genites and Heavy Cav on either side. And yeah, as I was saying, like last night when I was practicing this, the 4 units of Javies plus the Genites, like, that's 6 units of throwing javelins, and they were able to basically melt, you know, a few units of Royal Knights. I was practicing for some really early army comps, like early in the campaign, earlier, you know, than where I'm at right now. So I don't know how relevant that's going to be. Obviously, these are different units here, and what I'm hoping for is that they're not going to just do this. I hope they're not just going to stand here and shoot at me, because they could. I don't have any archers to force them forward, and that is the danger with not taking archers, is that they can just kind of stand back here. Are these guys shooting, or am I out of range of their artillery? It looks like they're just... looks like I am out of range, so that's good. So let's keep an eye on this. Nubian Spearmen. I might need help from my militia sergeants to kind of beat this. So let's send them in there. And then, let's see, let's get you guys going here, here, here. Let's send in you, and then you throw. Horesby and Cav go right up the center here. And let's move my Royal Knights a little bit forward. And are you going to try to outflank me? Is that what you're going to try to do, sir? I don't know. Let's get my Spanish Unites. You can throw in as well. And then you can try to go here, and then Spanish Unites. And then Javelins, you go, and then Knights of Santiago charge as well. And let's see, how are we going? How are we doing here? Yeah, pretty treacherous stuff here. Where's my king? I lost my king. Oh, is he in battle? Oh, he is in battle. Okay. Okay, that's fun. I don't think I told him to go in battle, but I guess he just kind of charged in. And that's, you know, that happens sometimes. So how are we doing here? I hear the boulders falling in on me, so that's always terrifying as well. I feel like, oh man, looking at the kill ratio bar does not look good in my favor. That looks like I'm losing. So that's a little bit scary. Now, let's see. It looks like, let me turn my Rust Spearman around. Let's see, you guys, so I need my king. No, king, actually, no, king, you stay here. Feudal Sergeants help out with the Muwahid for soldiers. Actually, let's see, Rust Spearmen turn around there and fight those Armenian heavies. And then, let's see, let's bring in my Genites here. And can we break the Nubian Spearmen? That'd be fantastic. I feel like I am holding, but they are going to run down my javelins down there. And basically, if I can just hold out against this first wave, that's going to be a huge win for me. So let's get my Genites. Can you move around here, please? And then throw into the rear of these Armenian heavies. That's going to be really good for me. And then, how about here? Let's see, Javies go in. And then, let's see, maybe get my... Let's see, I could get my Genites around here and possibly start charging down their desert archers, or maybe I just charge into the rear. Let's see. Let's get some javelins. They charged into me, and I'm wondering. I wonder who wins this between my Spanish Genites and their Mamluk horse archers. Yeah, let's bring in my feudal sergeants to try to help me fight against these. Yeah, they're kicking my ass. Oh my god, those Mamluk horse archers are just beast. Wow. So let's bring in my Genites on this side to kill their Armenian heavies. And yeah, their Mamluk horse archers on this side as well. Like, just really just crushing me. So, yeah, Mamluk horse archers are no joke. No joke at all. Actually, let's get these javelins to kind of route off so that I can try to get some fresh units on here. Because I do have reinforcements. That is the thing. And yeah, man, this is a tough one. So Spanish Genites on this side. Alright, I need you to reroute you guys to the center and try to break their center formation here and here, please. Please, please, please. Yeah, Genites, do not chase. Do not chase. Do not chase. Rust Spearman as well. I need you in the center. Come over here, please. And yeah, we're barely hanging on. My right and my center is like barely hanging on. Yeah, their Ghazi infantry is like fighting really. Yep, their Ghazi infantry just broke my center. Yep. Okay. So, can I bring on any reinforcements, or is it too early? Let's try to get that going. And let's try to form you guys over here, because I have a little pocket here, right? I have a little bit of something that I can work with. Muwahid foot soldiers. Like, I need to get these guys down. I need to get these guys down. They have to fall. Mamluk horse archers, Rust Spearmen. Like, get in here, guys. Spanish Unites, get in here. I need to hold here until I can get more reinforcements on. And that's what I need to see. My Royal Knights are coming on over. This is my oldest brother, Prince Gark, is coming on in. And yeah, he can really, really help out here. Actually, he could kill this guy. This is the general right here. This guy's infantry chased too far. If my dude can run him down, come on, come in here. There's 10 Ghazi infantry left, and I need you to kill them. So let's get in here, and... Ooh, Javelin men fighting against Ghazi infantry. That's going to go very, very poorly for me. Ooh, and did my king get a little bit too far? Ooh, that's not my king, but my general. Yikes. That's not good. 3 Royal Knights. That's not good. He's surrounded. He's having a really hard time. But I can't help him until I... Okay, wow, my Javelin men actually killed 6 Ghazi infantry. Interesting. Yeah, if we can kill this general, there we go, that's it. The general's dead. The general's dead, and we might be able to push back here now, and hopefully we can save my general. So let's break this formation right here. Right in here. Let's break these Mamluk horse archers and these Nubian spearmen. If we can get these guys to run, then hopefully we can come down here and save my general. There's only... Wow, they're taking some friendly casualties from their own guys. Now, let's see, javelins. There's 26 of you left. No, you withdraw, please. And then archers. Like, I need you guys to come forward, and I need to change my rally points to, like, up here. And can I get more men on as well? Yes, I can. So let's get more men going if I can. Yeah, I feel like they're trying to shoot my general with their catapults, and they're killing their own guys. So can we break this? So it looks like we may have broken this formation here. Now it's going to be their camels versus my spearmen. So hopefully we can do well with that. And I need to get these archers. These archers need to be moving up a little bit faster here. And yeah, these feudal sergeants as well. Perfect. So we did break that. Now let's go down here and save our king. Save our king. Save our king, please. Down here, down here. I mean, I keep calling him king. I may as well. He's the king of Antioch, right? Okay. He's just a general. He's not my king. But yeah, we need to save him. He's related to the king. So save him. He's been fighting here like a goddamn... Oh my god. He is my hero. We've just routed off this unit of Bedouin camel warriors and these desert archers. That is beautiful. Now, let's get rid of these freaking... I really want to get rid of these artillery pieces, but I do need to get my guys back on this hill and kind of reform here. This is now the stage of the battle where it gets really tricky because I definitely need to get more men on, and I need to send some of these men off to get more men on. But I also need to be able to hold this line against anything that may come towards, me. And that's where this gets a little bit tricky here. Now I have reinforcements coming on, so let's get them on first, and I can send back just a few of these units just a piece at a time. We have some camel warriors coming right in here. And so let's send my rust... Okay, so thank God they backed off. So I can have my... Royal Knights here, and then where is my general? Where is my one general? There you are. So I want you hanging out with your other relative. You guys just like chill out. This unit of 8 and this unit of 1 can just be friends for a while because I need you to protect each other. Other than that though, let's see, feudal sergeants, I need you to come to the front and basically replace these units of order foot soldiers. You can retreat. And then javelins, if you don't have any javelins left, you can also withdraw, please. So having fresh archers is going to be nice. Let's see, javelins, you can withdraw, get more units on. Feudal men-at-arms, that's going to be helpful if I do have to fight off any more spearmen. And Druzina Cav, okay, this feels good as well, having some Druzina cavalry. Because they can potentially fight back against... I mean, the camels are going to be tough. The camels obviously, counter my horses. So that's where I want some more... spears and archers coming on. Their waves of cavalry and camelry are getting closer here, and I'm just bringing in... my spearmen are just about to get ready here to accept this charge, and thank freaking God, because, yeah, the feudal men-at-arms can definitely, Saharan Cav are light Cav, so they can do okay. So let's bring in my Druzina Cav to try to help out against this, and let's see, spearmen as well probably get a little bit closer here. And here. And yeah, let's try to get rid of these camels if we can. So yeah, if we're gonna push hard on my left side, so let's bring in my my rust spearmen and try to get rid of them here. Yeah, that's gonna feel really good. Just break them down. And on this side, yeah, so let's stay a little bit disciplined here. Let's keep some forces in the center. I do have 2 units of archers. Let's see if I can get some more units on. Yes, more units is going to feel good. And yeah, ooh, so Heron Cav coming right in against my spearmen. Okay, that's really bold of them. Let's get my Jazina Cav back here. I don't want to get too far ahead with them. And Feudal Men-at-Arms as well. You get here and you get here. And yeah, let's break these Saharan Cav. And let's see, we got some Urban Militia coming on as well. They should be not too hard to deal with them. Field Men-at-Arms are going to just cut through Urban Militia, even if they want to fight. It looks like they do not want to fight. So let's stay disciplined and let's get back into form our ranks. Unfortunately, I did let some feudal sergeants get caught out here, but they are holding up these camels. Well, my archers are getting some really good work done. Wow, these guys are freaking heroes right now. Man, oh man, they held on. Wow, they just held off 2 units of camels. You guys deserve to be withdrawn because, yeah, the 10 of you that are left really held up 2 units of camel warriors and allowed my archers to get a lot of damage done versus them. So, yeah, that's going okay. Now, I'm being pretty conservative when it comes to, like, not chasing them because that's the thing, like, yeah, being able to chase down camels would feel good, but that's a unit that can turn right around. If they rally like they did just there, and then, you know, counter my cavalry, which they have an advantage against, then I can end up using my units of cavalry pretty quickly here. So, I need to, like, play the long run, right? Like, this isn't going to be the only battle. If the Egypt did break their alliance over this, then I need to be prepared for a potential round 2 of this. So, yeah, I don't want to be just like losing units outright here if I can avoid that. They're trying to mount a force that they feel comfortable beating me with, and they did bring in another damaged unit of Armenian heavies, and I wouldn't mind getting a chance to kill them. Because, yeah, they were tough. That was a tough first wave, for sure. I mean, they broke my center and my right, and all I had left was my left flank, and then my general just fighting like a goddamn boss down at the bottom of the hill, so that was intense. Look at this. My goodness gracious. that was really something. So if we can get a chance to, yeah, get rid of this unit of Armenians right here, that'd feel really good. And yeah, I mean, that might be it. Like, I'll just probably just stand on this hill and keep shooting them as long as they keep coming in. If I can, ooh, some Nubian spearmen, that'd be good to get rid of them as well. And I have just the units for them. 2 units of swordsmen right here. They do very well at cutting up those Nubian spearmen there, so that's really tempting. It is tempting also to take out these artillery pieces that they have, but they're just kind of, I don't know, it's risky. It's for the same reason as chasing down these units. Like, if I get caught, that's it for that unit of cav that I'm sending, so I might just be kind of conservative about this and, yeah, kind of lay low here. They tried to sneak some Saharan Cavine on me, and that didn't go well for that Saharan Cav, but now they're trying to exploit that opening with this unit of Armenian heavies and these Muwahid foot soldiers. So let's kind of bring over my swordsmen and some spearmen to intercept these units over here. And yeah, are they going to try to exploit this? No, it looks like they're not. So let's just kind of back up. Let's not overextend here. Here, and here. Yep, just kind of maintain position, fellas. And now it truly does look like they're running away, and this is something that I just can't help myself. I'm going to see if I can run down this unit of Nubian spearmen. I have a couple units of Spanish unites that are pretty fresh. I think they were just brought on. And I'll just leave the rest of my cav units back, because it looks like this is all running away. That looks pretty definitive to me. And if I can run down an entire unit of Nubian spearmen, and I'll take these 2 units of, ooh, that was painful. I took 1 loss. But yeah, if I can get rid of these 3 units, these 2 catapults, or these 2 artillery pieces, and this 1 unit of Nubian spearmen, that's going to be very, very good. Maybe even some more units. Like, maybe if I can get greedy and take some desert archers, maybe some archers, Muwahid foot soldiers. Yeah, we'll see what I want to grab here. And that worked out pretty gosh darn well. I was able to destroy pretty much both of those crews for those artillery pieces and that entire unit of Nubian spearmen. Now, I wonder if I can actually catch up to these archers over here, just if I can get really greedy. I know the desert archers are a little bit faster than them, but maybe if I can get rid of that unit of archers, that could be good. And yeah, you guys as well. See if you can catch them, because right now I've captured 174 men, and I would not mind ransoming these units back, although it looks like they did just bring on 2 units of Bedouin camel warriors, so I'd have to watch out for that. It looks like the Egyptians aren't as finished as I thought they were, but my units my 2 units of Spanish Gentes are faster than their camel warriors. That's the one thing about camels. They're not fast. So I should be able to outpace them. You know, if they really do want to bring in this unit of Bedouin camel warriors to get a little bit closer to my lines, I might take this opportunity to try to get some skirmishing done. Ooh, in this case. You know what? I will be bold in this case. I will see if I can run down an entire unit of Bedouin camel warriors. Yes, it's a little nerve-wracking if they do rally and fight me, decide they want to fight me, but I have 2v1, and Spanish Gentes are decent fighters, so if I can get rid of this unit, that's going to feel really good. It looks like that's going to be it for the Egyptians. They are fleeing the field, and I think that's a little bit late to call it because I feel like they were done a while ago. So let's see if I can get rid of these last handful of units here. I mean, they're here for the taking, and if I can get any bit of money, there's one Ghulam Cav left, and I wonder if that would be a noble, but it looks like he's going to get away. That's too bad, but yeah, definitely a bloody one. I lost 923, so I only killed 852 guys, so I lost more than what I killed, but I did capture 255, so that does even it out a little bit more. And we'll see if I make any money back for this. We'll see if they want to pay the ransom. What's going to be? So they did refuse the ransom, so I did end up slaughtering those 255 men. It was 0 nobles. So yeah, that one general that I killed, the 5-star general, the Ghazi infantry, he was just murdered. And let's see, the French are the strongest. Good for them. The Holy Roman Empire has been captured and executed, but there's a new emperor in town. Portugal has a salt mine complex, which is finished, and the Byzantines are trying to be my allies, and I don't really fancy that because I do intend on attacking them. Not necessarily anytime soon, but eventually, and if I can avoid that -1 influence for attacking them, I'd be fine with that. The Germans want to be my friends. Sorry guys, but you're at war with my ally, the French, so I have to turn you down. And yes, the Danes always say yes. I just love the freaking Danes. Thank you, Mr. Dane, man, for letting me marry your daughter. That's fantastic news. So I can't remember if that's Enrique. Is it Enrique? One of my sons, my youngest son. He's now married. Anything important here? Looks like nothing too crazy going on. So this is a situation. Yeah, this is a little bit scary. I'd definitely kick their ass, but would they come right back in? Do I have any mercenaries? Yes, hire these up in a heartbeat for sure. 2 units of Vikings and 2 units of Spearmen, definitely. Vikings are a good armor-piercing unit, and Spearmen are always useful. So, even tier 1, like basic Spearmen, can be good. So, definitely hire them. And let's see what we got. Like, what's left here? Are we going to be able to hold out? And how long before the port's finished? So 2 more turns before the port is finished. So yeah, this is going to be dicey for sure. Let's try to kill this emissary with my assassin so that they can't spy on me here. Maybe if they can't spy on me, then they will be a little bit more hesitant. Also, let's try to get another ceasefire with them. And yeah, Byzantines, I overall, in the grand scheme of things, I am rooting against you guys, but yeah, I mean, I did kick their butt, so I don't know if there would be an attack immediately. They might wait another turn or 2. I don't think the forces that are immediately surrounding me are strong enough to take me on. So hopefully I will have enough time to get that going. So I should make sure that I get another army going. If I don't have, I was planning on that army that was hanging out in Castile to be my reserve force that went overseas. But now that I'm using that army to kind of replace my mercenaries on my frontier provinces, I might have to just kind of hire up another group of mercenaries, which I can do. Oh, there's not. Okay, never mind. I can't do it. There's not a lot. Yikes. Okay, what about Valencia? Can I hire anyone there? No, I cannot. What about Castile? Can I hire any mercenaries? Not much. They're damaged, so not worth it at all. Okay, well that's going to be worth keeping an eye on. In 2 turns, I can send reinforcements to Antioch, and it's going to be pretty prudent of me to have those reinforcements. So Yeah, let's kind of get them organized and get them ready to go here. Like, even if it is... What would I have? I would have 8 units. Total. 8 units makes a difference, for sure. So this is a dicey situation over here in Antioch, but I think that in the long term, it's going to be very, very worth it to get a handle on this situation. And if I can really, show the Egyptians who's boss, maybe then perhaps they will eventually stop fighting me, and then they'll leave me alone, and they will focus on the Byzantines. But you know what? That's all going to have to wait until next time. As always, I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and thank you very much for watching. I've been Conistep, and this has been Medieval Total War. Thank you very much, and goodbye.